Coach. It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Cincinnati Bengals. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Ready? 180. 56. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Ready?
Now a first down throw for Newton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down, Indianapolis. 56. 180. Right there. 56.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They'll try the air now with Newton. Pass incomplete.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition and practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. The throw here caught by Devontae Parker. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 20-yard line. From the red zone now, Newton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 8. There he goes left side. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. Santos with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. And an alley to run. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
218, chop it. Watch the look at me. Go.
Now this time he'll look to throw. He goes full extension, and he's got it. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 12-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Joker. Hey!
Step now, a loose football. The ball comes out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Switch. Check. Lucky. Ready.
Oh, design run for their wideout. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Colts 7, Bengals nothing.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go.
On 2nd and 9, Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
It's easy work. Out.
At the 47-yard line.
Hey, Alpha.
Here's 2nd and 8. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Go.
Now 3rd and 5.
They'll look to throw. And able to find Dorsett. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
Watch the safety creep.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Go. Motion. General West. Hey, wahoo. Get it.
Here's Mostert. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Yes.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Hey, team 6.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw, and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Samson Abukum. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Christian McCaffrey with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
A loss of a yard. brings up second
218, chop.
at the 26-yard line.
Look at me, zipper. Buzz. I got you. Mike 55. Mike.
Second and 11. Escaping the pressure right. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great. And they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. But I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Rush in. He's crashing. He's checking. Hey, Echo.
Looking to throw. A minute 55 left to go in the first half of play. And he couldn't hang on. Almost an interception there defensively. Instead, it brings up fourth. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Hey. Hey, orbit. Ready?
They're going to try and throw. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. On first down, Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
Ready? Hey, keep it up. Gun. Slam. Hey, weapon. Check 50.
He can run for it, and he will. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Cam Newton, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there, because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to throw. Open man is Higgins. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down.
Hey, lock it. Check 55 to Mike. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right.
Go on.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Watch twist.
What? Squeeze.
24, check 24. You go tight. You got
Lee Griffin.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
switch.
And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
On the ready.
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down.
You can't block me.
Get it.
He'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Boom. That's how we do it, baby.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a third down and 6 to go.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Whip. Watch
Yo, go.
55, 55. I'm coming.
Now.
They'll try and throw for it here. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. They've been burned twice already on fourth down, but the third time's the charm as they keep the drive moving.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Leo.
At the 42-yard line.
Look at me. Go.
Here's Pollard again. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Set the tone, defense.
Ready?
They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's got his tight end Fant, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Mike, 55. Right there.
Hey, Sam off. There.
Show it up.
Hey.
Kill.
Hey,
Check 31. Check 31.
Five.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Second and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. The 30, 20, 10, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty.
Hey, watch this. Watch
General West. Hey, Delta.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Go.
Back to throw here. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
6-6, pull it high. Hey, Zoo. Ready?
They're going to look to throw. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Bravo.
55's mine, guys. 55. Hey, watch the ball.
He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati 1st down. He'll drop to throw. It's complete to Chris Conley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati 1st down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
That's what I do.
Get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he coughed it up. And the Colts pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because
He's got daylight. The 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. 81 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
it certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
At their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mostert. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, That really opens things up for you.
Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Check 9, check 9.
Check 3, check 3.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Ready to break.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ready.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Kill, 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 kill.
Hey, Alpha. Gone, gone. Hit it.
They'll set up a throw. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Ready to go.
Slam, slam, slam. Check 55 to Mike.
Look at me. Zipper.
I got him, I got him. Check.
Look, look. Squeeze.
Hey, check 24.
Big grip. Big grip.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them until the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ready.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling.
no, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Go, go. Hey, go.
They'll look to throw. And able to find Dorsett. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 43. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
Look at me. Go, go. Shoot.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch the
You're out. Hey, wahoo. Hey, 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 hey.
55.
Hey, seam 6. Seam now.
They'll drop the throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
5.
Back to throw again. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense